Hello, welcome to our astrology study group and an update on evil villain Klaus Schwab. So I want to show you some of his aspects coming up. And today is the 14th of September, 2022. And what we're looking at is his natal chart in the middle, and we don't have a correct time for him. So I'm not going to venture on saying anything is in such and or other house because I don't know. We don't know, but we do know that the planets are in these signs. Okay, so that being said, we have the outer planets are what's currently happening, and I will maybe move forward or something to show you some of these time frames. But there's a few things I want to point out about this guy. And this is what's so cool about astrology, because everything keeps moving. These planets keep moving, and they're making these mathematical angles that well, as most people know, it seems like there's a lot more harder harder times or harder things than actual pleasant. But some of these things just suck. And that's just the easiest way I can say it. And it comes to everyone. So, sometimes you can't know unless you really talk to somebody. But you can know in astrology, because some of these things are cyclic. Some only happen to certain people, and some are, things happen to all of us at different times of our life. And we just know that certain things suck. So I'm just here to tell you the good news of some of the things that are going to suck for Klaus Schwab. Okay. This stuff is just going on and on over the top. And I know people that are into the truth know a lot of this, and we're just, we're waiting for some vindication. We're waiting for some of these evil people to be brought to justice. So I want to hopefully share a little good news that, some of this is going to happen, and it already is. So let's look at Klaus, and we see he's 84 this year, and he just had, this interesting when people get up in these years, he just had his Uranus return, and he's having a Pluto opposition. Ooh, so people are starting to know who this evil jerk is. That's too good of a word, jerk. Jerk is kind of a cool word, but anyway, this evil man is who this. I don't want to cuss and get all into that, but I could go on. You all know. So anyway, we look at his chart. We see a real heavy Aries, and Aries is wonderful. I'm Aries. I love being that Aries. It's got its good points, but in a man of this era, with all of these signs here in Aries, especially Venus, it just makes for some really harsh parts of the personality. And it's, he's got natally, he's got Mercury up here at 27 Aries squaring Pluto at 27 Cancer. Now, that's kind of interesting. He's got a heavy cardinal sign emphasis in here, but then he's also got this little cluster up here in Taurus, which, we have had this little cluster up here now. Look at this. This is really interesting. These three planets now are the same three planets that are, in this little cluster in Taurus. Well, except for Mars. Mars was just there, but it was all clustered over there. So he recently has had his Uranus return, 84. So that brings somebody full circle. He should start seeing some realization, some wake up call. Maybe he's starting to see that people don't like him, that he's a jerk and he's a evil man, and his where he thought he was going is wrong. So anyway, Pluto, let's talk about that. Because you see Pluto right now, it's at 26 degrees Capricorn, it's retrograde, and he has Pluto at 27 Cancer retrograde. So it already passed it once. Pluto was at 27, and it's gone it's gone retrograde. He's like gone fishing. It's retrograde, and it will go back, I think, to 24 degrees, and then it will turn direct, and it will go over it again. So I think this is a big part of him maybe starting to get things. So Pluto opposite Pluto, people don't get this a lot. Because Pluto's got a weird orbit. I mean, it's an eccentric orbit. Sometimes in a lifetime it's longer in a certain sign. Like I think it was just in Capricorn for 12 years, but then it was in, like, I think Cancer or something for like 30 years. I don't know. It has a different orbit, but nonetheless, not everybody gets to experience this rare experience. So anyway, it really kind of means transformations. Pluto is transforming. It could cast somebody into an oblivion, which I kind of hope with him. And it's unlikely that you will have a pleasant time with this aspect. Yay. Sorry, I just can't help getting excited. So expect a psychological struggle. It's definitely a rare experience. He's 84. Sometimes it's even closer to 100. So anyway, it forces you to confront hidden, repressed, secret parts of yourself, and it will be dredged. It will be like dredged up to the surface as a result of a powerful catalysts. Oh yeah. I think we the people are the powerful catalysts. We don't want no WEC, and we're tired of all that crap. So this is great. I love it. This hidden part of yourself will be dredged up to the surface. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, there'll be clashes with significant authority figures. Well, yes, yay. There's people are just not liking this WEC, are not liking this Great Reset, are not liking this stuff. We don't want to eat bugs. We are not happy with having nothing. So it also means, authority figures becoming embroiled with struggles, power struggles, alienation from others. It's a time of powerful regeneration. And if you're able to surrender your false sense of control. Ooh. Okay, what else is going on? Up here, Neptune. Neptune it's retrograde now. It already hit his moon, and it's going to go over it again. And then, he's got ding, ding, these retrograde hits. I mean, these planets, these outer planets, they get the 3 hits: forward, backward, and forward again. So transiting Neptune over the moon, feeling confused by your emotions. Psychotherapy could be helpful. Try some spirituality, Klaus. This transit can also create problems with body fluids. Let me say that again. This transit can also create problems with body fluids. This guy's 84. We might have some problems with body fluids. It'd be funny if everybody starts sending him Depends. I mean, wouldn't that really be funny? Send a message to this dude. So it can also be difficult to face the real world. Oh boy. All right. So that could definitely be funny. But, we've got Neptune over the moon. So he's disillusioned. And he could be he could start to be having like a psychological breakdown. We also have transiting, what we said that the Pluto, he has transiting Pluto is also squaring his natal Mercury. So transiting Pluto is opposing his Pluto and squaring his Mercury. Ooh, kind of a T-squarish sort of energy. That sounds really fun. So it's going to be that is being pulled into an internal conflict, internal Pluto conflict square, the mind and all that, Mercury. So internal conflict. So his present beliefs and perceptions can be changed. It can be quite a cathartic time period where you, Klaus, experience a purge of the way you have been interpreting and managing your life. Well, glory be. Thank God in heaven. That really needs to come down to this evil man. He's got to see that he has been going in the totally wrong direction. So this stuff is all hitting him at once. He also has transiting. This is kind of interesting too, because we've been having all this energy going on with Saturn. So Saturn right now at at 19 degrees, and it's retrogrades, but it's, hit it forward, and it's going to hit it, his Jupiter. It's going to go right over his Jupiter. It's going to conjunct the Jupiter. So, we have that Saturn Jupiter push pull we have right now. What's been going on, especially when they were both in, when they changed into that, into Aquarius. But anyway, Saturn is going, transiting Saturn, authority and hardness, is going to conjunct his Jupiter. So everything related to money and investments is going to go through a slow period requiring a lot of effort. So maybe a lot of his holdings and things will be seized. Okay. So what else we got with this? And it's going to kind of get, how would I say it? It's going to get brought up to the current social cultural mindset. So, this whole great reset, this whole, world economic, the WEC, all of this stuff that's going on, all of the grooming of world leaders going through this program, everything he's set up is not panning out. It's just gone into a really bad direction, and people are starting to see how evil all of this is, and how evil the people are that have been gone through his program. So this current social cultural mindset is going to hit him in the face. I think this is definitely, it's going to be like, it's a terrible example, but it's appropriate for him. It's like Linda Blair and the Exorcist. Blech! It's just going to just come right up, nasty green pea soup all over him. So it's going to be, he's got to get on a new path of this. And he might have to do it in a nice place in south of Florida. So what else is about this Pluto conjunct, transiting Saturn over Pluto. So feelings of deep dissatisfactions or other circumstances which you have no control over can make the big motivation. Things you don't have any control over, like society not liking you, like everybody not liking you, your book, what you stand for, everything you've been doing. Old debts or moral or immoral will come back to haunt you. So moral and material things are definitely coming back to haunt you. Legal disputes. Oh yeah. Change of social status from maybe being on top of the world, EC, to maybe being crushed by the laws of karma, because these two planets, they're definitely the planets of karma and time to pay off your debts. Klaus, time to pay off your debts. All right, there's probably more, but I wanted to get the big ones that are coming into place because this is coming up real soon. And again, he's had all of this activated. His moon nodes are, his north node is just, has gone over the south node. He's had his, Mars is over Mars. He has like a lot of these returns, and he's not growing spiritually from any of this. So the laws say, laws of karma, it will just grind you down. And it's just a time of, it's just a matter of just waiting in the chart, and we can see the timing of it. Now, I'll probably also post something on his progress chart too, which is interesting. I like to look at more aspects of a person, but we're seeing the actual transits of right now resonating with what he was born with. The inner stuff here is what he was born with, and these are mathematical angles. These are tried and true, have just gone over and over these certain mathematical things. It's like a square, a 90-degree angle is a hard thing. It's a harsh angle. It's necessary, but it's still hard. A triangle is much more ease and flow. So these are, there's basis to that, and it's a matter of understanding this and interpret it. All right. Well, I hope you had fun listening to, hopefully, some things coming up here with Mr. Klaus. And no, we're not going to eat bugs. We're not going to, conform to this. We're not going to get on to your great reset. We're hep to you, Klausy baby. So have fun with karma. That's all I can say. In the real big laws of karma. All right. Until next time.